Welcome to my sketchbook tour number 3. So there's just a couple things I want to say before I start. There are a lot of plain pages in here. It's not all color all the time. There's also a lot of empty white spaces. This sketchbook did take me a long time to finish, and I think at a lot of points I found it quite hard to fill up a page compared to my last sketchbook. There are also lots of drawings referencing Tamika's drawings and art. I want to learn how she does certain things and then incorporate those into my own art. And yeah, okay, so that's that out of the way. I also want to go through the materials. So this sketchbook is actually a really cheap one. It's just a Unity art book, which you can just get from the warehouse here in New Zealand. It's very cheap. It has a few more pages than my last one. I think maybe it has more pages, and the paper is not my favorite. It makes it hard for certain pencil types to go down, just because they smudge a lot more. And then another thing I wanted to go through was my materials. So in this one I start off using the Jazz Art watercolor paint palette, but I also use the Derwent watercolor paint palette. I use them interchangeably too because I can't figure out which one I like more. Don't ask me what paintings have which watercolor because I have absolutely no idea. I also have, I don't know if I actually have any of these, but these are transparent sticky notes. I might have one also somewhere in here, and then also just blue sticky notes. And then I also use the Unity alcohol markers, the Platinum series ones. These ones have a brush nib on one side and a bullet nib on the other side. I tend to just use the brush nib for it. I didn't use them that much in this sketchbook because they do bleed through the paper, and yeah, I don't know, I guess I just didn't like that in the beginning. I've kind of come to terms with that now. My pencil case. At the moment, towards the end of the sketchbook, I've been using this Staedtler 0.5 mechanical pencil. It's a metal one. I quite like the weight of it. I've also used this Faber-Castell 0.7 one, which I like. It's like a sort of like a triangle-y grip. I've also used this Faber-Castell TK4600 mechanical pencil. It has a much thicker lid on the inside. Also lots of these Staedtler pigment liners. 0.05 is my favorite, or 0.03, which I don't think I have, or at least if I did, I've lost it. And then I also have, inside these, I have coloured pencil lead. I don't know if you can tell that, but that's blue. I also have a red and a purple one as well. And then I just have an eraser that I use because I've lost my favorite eraser. And then occasionally I also use these console red and blue double-sided pencils. You'll see those mostly in the beginning. I don't think I really use them towards the end of the sketchbook. And then at the very end of the sketchbook, like literally last page, I use the Ohuhu Honolulu alcohol markers. I literally got them, yesterday? So I've used them a small bit. I love the way they look. These ones have a brush nib and a chisel nib. I have used the chisel nib only once so far. I prefer the brush nib on them, but they also come with a colourless blender, which is also brush and chisel nib, which I haven't used yet. I'm hoping to get some more of these Honolulu markers, but I think the next pack I'll get will be either the skin tones or the pastel pack, just because the skin tones that I currently have, I've only got one that I actually like the look of, and that's the salmon pink one, but it's still like quite bright. I'll show you in my new sketchbook, because this will be sketchbook 3 and then the start of sketchbook 4. But yeah, so that's basically what I use in this sketchbook. I also use some different tapes, like washi tapes, sellotape, and I think maybe some electrical tape, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, let's dive into it. So this is the first page. I had a goals list, but I didn't really stick to it. As you can see, use color lots. I don't really use color, or trying new styles, also don't really do that. I started this sketchbook on the 12th of October 2021, and I finished it on the 15th of May 2025. So this took me quite a long time to finish. As of the time that I'm recording this, it's the 16th of May, so I literally finished it just yesterday. This was when Braden and I got Animal Crossing. And he said that's his little character, and there's my little character, and then we bullied Adam into getting Animal Crossing. So then I drew the 3 of us. I actually have a screenshot of this in-game from the 3 of us just sitting on these stumps, and I tried to do them by our actual heights. Like obviously I'm the shortest, and then Braden's the tallest. But I think it's like quite cute. I think I want to recreate this perhaps with marker instead. I think that might come out really cute. And this is the next page. So this is just me and Braden. I just hash brown again, like from my last sketchbook. That I used the warm grey Unity marker for. As you can see, it bled through to the other page. This is just some sketches from university. And then this one I was just doing a portrait for uni as well. And this is when we started watching Arcane. We actually watched it really late compared to other people. This was in January of 2021. He's one of my friend's favourite characters in the show, so I wanted to try draw one. I think I ended up making a digital version of it as well, which I think should be on the channel. This was when me and my partner and another friend were watching Horimiya, the anime. So I tried to draw, because they've got 2 different art styles within the anime that I think is really cute. I tried to draw us in the same style. There's Josh, me, and then Braden. Braden's always confused. This is from Cyberpunk. I actually can't remember where I got that from, but I ordered something and that's what arrived. It's like a postcard. And this is when we started playing Valorant. So this is Viper. I think she looks so cool. On this page, I decided to do Pokemon. So I actually used squash for these ones, and they turned out okay. This one was the one I started with, Grookey. So it's a bit rough. But I think this one looks fine, and the bat one. So I think it's alright. I think it turned out okay. And then Pumpkaboo on this side. I love Pumpkaboo. This was for completing, for teaching the class while the tutor was away, which I thought was really nice. Cyndaquil, is that what he's called? I think so. Or Quilava? Well, I'm not sure now, but I drew one of these back when I was 11, and I stuck it on like multiple sheets of paper so that he was like thick, and I thought it was just like really cute, so I drew like a little one. But I think I want to make like a 3D one again. I think that would be really cool. The thanks bro actually transferred onto this page as well, which I'm kind of annoyed about, but it is what it is. This page is also stuck in my book. It's actually just a sheet of paper. This was when I was watching Gravity Falls again, so I drew a lot of stuff. I drew Adam, and then Brayden, and then me. I think this might have been around when Adam was staying at our place again as well. And then of course, Dipper and Mabel. Loved him. Jinx after watching Arcane. Another like background study but like Polaroid format. This one I think is really cool. Like I love the way that turned out. I don't really like the digital version of it that I did, but it is what it is. Some more drawings. This is when we were watching Star Trek. This is 7 of 9. This is from a robot animated TV show. Is it the Love, Death and Robots one? And some more D&D character stuff. This is some uni stuff that I wanted to do, like some, it's kind of hard to see, but like street designs. And the characters, trinkets, and then this was a sketch I did of powder. This is what it was originally, and then I ended up going back over it and doing another one later on. So this was 2023, whereas this one was 2022. There's some more uni stuff. Some more concept art of it, but storyboarding. He's just a little frog guy. This is from Drawing with Waffles, her video of doing cute little animals in sweatshirts. I wanted to do the same thing but with a frog. This is in gouache as well. But I think he's quite cute. I like the shape of this one more though. And then I did some like chibi Godzilla, because I love Godzilla. Godzilla is like my favorite big guy. I also love like Pacific Rim. Anything with like big monsters and like boomy sounds, I just think is so like perfect. So I tried to do him, little baby Godzilla, but it doesn't, the one I did on paper, it looks too old. Like too big. I want him to be like our baby, you know, like he looks so little, but now he looks like a teenager. But it's okay, it is what it is. And these are also done with markers, so they've bled through. Same as on this side. This is when I was playing Pumpkin Jack and Blue Fire, so trying to draw those characters. And then just like a cute little Giga and then a Rex design. And this is Gur. I don't know if you can see that. I wanted to do a 3D turnaround of Gur while I was studying. I actually never ended up doing this, but I really want to do it eventually. I would love to get a little Gur figure 3D printed, especially if he had like the little pig that he has with him. I love Invertism. This house concept stuff was for another uni project that I did. I ended up going for this sort of design, I think, or this one. Yeah, it was alright, it turned out okay, I guess. Some more uni stuff, lots of designing. Again, and now this is like Valorant stuff, so this is Fade, that's Neon, and then Viper and Viper again. I really like the way this one came out. I did it on another sheet of paper and then stuck it in with sellotape. Oh, this is when we were playing Sea of Thieves. So I did a cute little redfish from Sea of Thieves and a little garlic boy because your breath smells like garlic. And then this was also inspiration from one of Tammy's photos or art pieces. Little flowers. This is David from the Cyberpunk TV show. Kind of like the way that one turned out. And then that's also the Tammy one. This is when I was playing Alice Madness Returns again. I love that game. Just me with plats. This was Inktober concept ideas. I filled these in with watercolor and I think they look so cute. I might actually make, like in my new sketchbook, a spread of just all of them intertwined with maybe some like thorns going in between and around them. I think that would look so cool. Oh, here's my boys. So this is my friends. There's Brayden, there's Adam, there's Timothy, and then there's Tom. I was gonna put them, like all of us, on a chair, like hanging out. But I kind of gave up, as you can tell. I like the way the chair looks though. Looks cool. Oh, here's some more D&D concept stuff. So this is Brayden's D&D character from a little while back. He was playing a purple, like an amethyst dragonborn. I think that looks really cool. I also have a digital version of that as well. Silhouette of him, armor types, front-on version. I like the way that one looks better though. This was another design for a book that I made. It was actually a commission for my friend. We did a little yellow bookmark in it, and it was fully bound in brown leather, which I think is pretty cool. This is also a character design for the same friend who did that one, because it's supposed to be a D&D book. Some more university stuff. This little guy actually made an animation out of this where he like shrinks inside himself like a little guy. I love that one. Oh, this is also when we're playing Sea of Thieves. So this is my character, and this is Brayden's one, and then this is Timothy's one, and this is Adam's one. And I just love the way they turned out. It's so cool. The Timothy's one is so 70s. And this is that sketch again from the previous sketchbook where it's like the gravity falls scene. I just never finished it. I think I said that I do this a couple times. Like I think I've got 2 or 3 digital versions on different software. This is kind of like I remember doing this when I was watching my friends play D&D. So this was just some architectural thing that I wanted to try do while we were there, and then this was one of the enemies that they were attacking. I can't remember what it's called, but big head, lots of arms. This is also a scene that happened in the D&D thing, in the campaign that they were playing that night. And then this one is just a gravity fall scene. I really wanted to paint this, and I started painting it with gouache, but the gouache, like, it was really rough to paint with, so I just kind of stopped. Oh, and then this was just like a color sketch for a painting for one of my friends. He really loves birds, and so I ended up sketching and painting a bird for him. I don't know if I have any photos of it, but yeah, so that was from that. This is when I watched Wednesday, and there was an artist I found on Pinterest that drew this really cute drawing of Wednesday, and I absolutely loved it. So I ended up redrawing it. And then same with this little raccoon. I love him. This was also a study off Pinterest. This is gouache. I actually kind of like the way this one turned out. I was really surprised by it. Some more gouache studies that didn't turn out and I did not like at all. Hands are hard to begin with, and then painting with an unfamiliar medium that doesn't thin out very well is even harder. This is with markers, so it'll bleed through to the other side. And then this is with watercolor. Yeah, you can see it there. There's my little garlic boy again. I love him. This is when Brayden and I got engaged. I love it. It's so cute. And then this was our Christmas together that we spent. This was in our new house as well, and I really enjoyed it. And then some more hands based off this one because I thought it looked so good. But because this is on a different sheet of paper, the colors didn't turn out the same, and I was really sad about it. This is a study of Sam Does Arts, but instead of the little dog he had, it's a Desmodus from the game Ark. And then some jeans. So this is like my style, I think. And then this one was Sam Does Art style. And then this is just Victor in my style as well. And I tried to do some more dinosaur drawings. This is supposed to be a wyvern from Ark. I don't really like it, but it is what it is. This one I also don't like. It was a Spinosaurus from Ark. The Allosaurus from Ark I think looks really cool, but I don't think it looks as nice as the big owl one I did in my previous sketchbook. This was where I was doing art for a story of mine. Originally, this was my D&D character. This is also from our D&D session. This is my D&D character called Vixra Elmswood. I think she was a paladin or a cleric, a death cleric. And this was supposed to be like her weapons and stuff, which I think was really cool. And then Static Wall does these really cool drawings of her characters like that, and I really wanted to do one for Vixra, and I think it looks so cute. I think I used them like that sort of design down the line in the sketchbook as well. Just because they're so cute, man. Also, I love this sword. I love how it's like, I don't know if you can see, but it's like all broken and wispy. I love that. Here's some more story ideas. So this is a section of all the races in my story. There's more of the cute little designs. Vixer was also going to be in that story. And there's Elyon, and then Burtok. I love Burtok. He's so cute. Yeah, and then there's like Naga and imps and stuff like that as well. Here's Burtok again. I love the way he looks. This is done with watercolor. I'm surprised at how much like contrast I got in it, especially in his little feet. I believe for this one I probably used the Duent watercolors because they are a bit more pigmented. And then there's Ayla. No, not Ayla. Sorry, Vixra hugging Burtok. And then just some hand drawings, which I thought were really cool. This is also some part of that story as well. This is Eclipse. She has like ravens and stuff. She's a shapeshifter, which I thought was pretty sick. I like that. This is a raven from the game Heroes of the Storm. I love the raven mounts in that game. I really want to get one, but it's not cheap in-game currency. And then there's some Doc Marten studies. I love Doc Martens with leg warmers. I think they're so cute. And I really like this drawing. I think that looks really cool. These are done with watercolor as well, and so are these. Yeah, ignore this page. I guess this is a Warhammer model that I was, like a mini that I was trying to draw. This is some more Sam Does Arts vibes. This was a like a flask, hip flask, but it's shaped like a moustache that one of our friends had. And then there's us drinking tea, little cuties, and a pumpkin. I love pumpkins. Some more tea on a coaster. This is my cousin. I was trying to draw tigers. So this one, he's like, the tiger's in the water, and then that's like the water, and everything else was supposed to be like covered in like grass, or like, not grass, like duckweed. And then that's like another version of it, like a close-up of his little face. I think this one's really cute. I do not like this one though. And this is when I was doing a little Zergling tutorial on how to draw like the Carbot Zerg. I think they're so cute. And then I was watching Harry Potter and Moana at the time. And this is also like another a drawing of someone else's character. I think Regard Noir, I think that's what it says. And this is the goals. Finish the sketchbook by October 12th, 2025. No, that's not right. 2023? 2023. I was going to say I did do it by 2025. But by 2023. And on the 14th of December, I wrote, I still have 56 pages to go. And that was in 2024. So I yeah, completely missed that one. It took me a whole nother 2 years to complete this. There's another drawing of tomatoes. This is when it was Easter, so, and I was watching a lot of horror games at the time, so happy Easter, Miss Brayden. This is Rachel Maxey. I love her YouTube channel. She does so many cute little fun artsy stuff, so I wanted to draw her. Peanut, a little raccoon man. Oh, this little bird. I named him Sherbert. This is my version, but this one was done by Alyssa's Creations. I think it's so cute. But I like the squished version with the really big head more. This one, I actually haven't turned into a speed paint yet. That's what all these green stickers are. But this one is just a drawing, a background drawing. Theo Engler from the TV show You, specifically season 3, I believe, with Love Quinn. And then here comes my Alice Madness Returns drawings once again. I have the art book for it, so I like go through that every now and then and draw little bits and pieces from it. So these are all from that book. The Mad Hatter. I love that drawing. Oh, this was a really creepy comic thing. It was really scary. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Moonlight Man, but don't look it up if you haven't. It's from a movie. He's really creepy. Anyway, I was standing in the kitchen making dinner, and then I swear to God, he was standing by the front door, and it was so scary, and I almost dropped the knife, and it was traumatizing, and I still think about this. Like, it felt so real. It was scary, man. These are also from the Alice art book. These are actually in the underwater scene in the Alice Madness Returns section. I love it. This is also from the Alice book. This is from Tameka's page. I fucking love this drawing. I think it looks so cool. Just the mock chicken, the walrus. I love the walrus. And I have Ark next to it because I was absolutely obsessed with the game Ark Survival Ascended. No, sorry, not Survival Ascended, Survival Evolved. I'm obsessed with Ark Ascended now. So that's crazy. I have this in my sketchbook, which my dad drew for me. And I drew another image based on this drawing in my first second sketchbook. I don't know. Anyway, this is also from Alice. This is, I can't remember the artist, but if I find them on Instagram, I'll put their art up. This is another OC called Talon. I love his eyebrow piercing and his hair. I think it looks so cute. Talon and Hash Brown, they're in the same universe. Hash Brown looks a bit different here. And I did the cute little style that Static Wool does, and I fucking love it. This is some more Alice stuff. This, I think, is from Raft, maybe? One of the other games like that, but it's also from that movie. I can't remember the movie. I've never seen it. This is also from Tammy. This is Gecko from Valorant. That's just a shark. And then there's more Talon there. This is from Watching Wednesday. I tried to draw her with the plaits. I really like that one. And then there was Hash Brown that I redid again. I'm not sure if I like the outfit. I like the hair, how it's split down the middle. But yeah, not sure about the outfit. I think this was also possibly from either something Tam drew or another artist. I always forget to put their names at the bottom. This is Archer. an OC. This is based off Gecko a bit, I think. I like his like thin, very long features. And there's Talon as well. Archer's really tall, Talon's a bit shorter. This is a skin from Bluefire. I love Bluefire. This is from our video game that we made in our final year for our capstone project. His name is Pulpo, P-U-L-P-O, and he has a tentacle for an arm. It's this whole big pirate game thing. This is done in watercolors. On this side, there's just like a little watercolor sketch of a scene from Gravity Falls. Even though it's not finished, I actually kind of like the way it looks. This is just some character design. I really like how many piercings she has. I think that's cool. And I love the hair on this one. I think that's really nice. This was when, this was from playing Ark. We had otters that we were keeping. And then all of these were done with a tattoo gun. But I modified it to have a ballpoint pen inserted. Not this one, sorry. These three. So I ended up like, I don't know if you can see like the texture, it's like really dotted. This is all done with the ballpoint pen. I think it would have worked better if the ballpoint pen had more ink in it. It was quite dry. More like, it's like sort of in between a gel pen. Like a gel pen wouldn't work because it would just either ink everywhere or not produce enough ink. I don't know, it's really hard. And then this one I did completely by hand with fine liner. This is also based off something off Pinterest, which I forgot to put the name down of. These were also done with the bullet tattoo gun pen. I don't like either of those. Also, I think I was going through a bit of an art block here because I also don't like these. This one's okay. This one is Lucia Morningstar. She was another idea for a D&D character. I ended up doing her in Baldur's Gate instead. And then this is Ayla Tea Leaf that I did in Baldur's Gate as well. Hence the little us drawing. This is more Tammy art. This is Scar. I love her version of Scar. I think it's so cute. Aaron and Casper. And then this drawing from the Bates Motel. I love the way this one turned out. I think the blue with the grey pencil looks really nice. And then the same thing again. This is also from Tammy. This and this image go hand in hand, but I ended up doing a teddy bear here instead. I think this is done with watercolor, but I'm always surprised at how it looks with the watercolor. This is Gwendolyn, the evil goose, and then there's I did it as Pebble, but honestly it could be Grim, my little black cat. She is so crazy. And then this is Leonard. I also got these off Pinterest, so they're not my own idea. And then this is my friends lizards. Well, not lizards, they're newts. There's Oatmeal and Tank. But they're so cute. Look at their little bodies. I love the way this one came out. I think it's adorable. And then this is another character from Bates Motel, because after drawing the previous one I wanted to watch Bates Motel. So I drew this one first and then went, oh, his face is too long. So then I drew this one, and I think this one looks a lot better. I love the way it looks. This is like a little, let me see. Another like Hollow Knight drawing, but like with a raincoat. This is also off Pinterest. I don't know if you can see that. And then half a spider. This is when I started playing Ashen and Death's Door. So this is my Ashen character. The name is Navinia, because that's just the character's base name. But I think it looks really cool with the watercolors. Like, I love the texture. And I think with the no face and the freckles, I think that's just so cute. And then I did Pothead from Death's Door. Oh my god, I love this game. I literally only have one achievement left for it, but I have to do the whole game again, but with the weakest weapon. So I'm struggling, but struggling with motivation, because it takes twice as long to kill something, so then it just takes a long time. Anyway, I did these two with markers, hence why I didn't fill in the liquid, because I didn't actually have any other colors for it, since I was limited to only the grey palette of the Unity alcohol based markers, and they bled through onto this side, so I put some stuff over top of it. This was from when we were at university and we had people from the Toon Boom and Onion Skin come and talk to us about 2D animation and job prospects and stuff. I thought that was really cool. I quite enjoyed that. And then I had designed my own business cards as well here. And then I wanted to do a gouache version of the Death's Door characters, and I started it, but I was really having some issues with the gouache. It's quite chunky, and I don't have a paintbrush thin enough to do it, so I was kind of struggling. I might go back to it eventually, but I really want to get it right. You know, I'm a perfectionist. I want this to be perfect. And then I was going to do 2 more on this side. This was an idea from Braden's dream that he had. He woke up and said, I had puppet cultists accidentally summoning Satan. So then I've got Satan sitting on the chair while the cultists are continuing to summon. And then he's like, continue, just continue. I will just sit and watch while they summon a demon. And I just thought it was really cute. This is more Pulpo's Tentacular Adventure. This is our video game from my final year at animation college. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I love the way this map came out, and I think it's really cute. And this was just some drawings that I found on Pinterest that I tried to do. I have no motivation for anything. Yeah, I was going through art block and was having a rough time in general, I think. This was a concept from one of my friends in Australia, who said he was looking at moving flats, and that the place he looked at looked haunted, and he was like, yeah, spooks for money. So I tried to draw that, but I hate it. This one's kind of cool, I guess. And then this one I think is also from Pinterest, the Spider. I think that's really cool. I like that one, with watercolor as well. And then these two are from one of my characters in World of Warcraft. Has a mount that looks really crazy. So I was trying to draw it, but it didn't turn out very well. And then there's just some sharks with feetsies that I think is really cute. That was also on Pinterest. I absolutely love this little guy. I love sharks. I want to draw more sharks, but they're just so hard to draw. And then there's a skull and a little bird crow man eating the skull, and then a chimera bird. This is probably off Instagram or Pinterest, I can't remember. And then this is also off Pinterest. I think this is really cool. I love the way these turned out, and the watercolor as well. I think I want to redo this with markers. And then this one, I think it must have been something on Pinterest. I don't think I would have thought this up myself, but I mean, I could have. I don't know. I think this would look really cool if it was darker. This is also from Pinterest. I'm not sure if this was, but I love the black of this one. This is also one of Tamika's art pieces, and a cute little bird. I love the little bird. He's supposed to be walking, but I couldn't do the squash and stretch enough. Death the Kid again. This one's done with the Jazz Art watercolors, and it's quite patchy, and I really didn't like the way that it turned out, and I complained about it down here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Derwent ones are better watercolors in my opinion. Yes, Catbug, another Death the Kid, little guy. This was from a video I was watching. It was like a horror game. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure Jacksepticeye was the one playing it, and I was watching him play it. But like, they've got these really creepy like enemies that are like covered in like pustules, and they're like really gross, and their heads look like they're on upside down, and they move like, ugh, like it's just creepy, you know. And then these three and this one are all from Adventure Time. And then this is my best friend Sam. She's colouring in at the time. Coraline inspired stuff. I think this is also from one of Tammy's art pieces. Mr. Jefferson, my bad. Mr. Jefferson from Death's Door. And this cool little girl. Merry Christmas! Santa is gone cockeyed and crazy and has scary big tooths. Some stuff from Christmas. This number 4 that I drew that I think looks really nice. The Skittles monster, I did I think a drawing of this, and I posted it to my Instagram. I'm not sure if I made a speed paint of it. Some ghost hiding behind the curtain for some reason. Instant Love with my weighted dinosaur. I love that thing. Another thing off Pinterest, I believe. This is my Animal Crossing character. I hadn't played in a long time, so my villagers probably hate me. Maybe they just miss you, not hate you, but that's okay. I can't remember what the movie is for this, but these are supposed to be shots from a movie. It's like a romance one. This was supposed to be a background study of us and our friends at Christmas time, but that never got done. I love this little guy from Beer and Breakfast, and then this Katana Zero as well. And then there was like a handprint on the window of our car, and I got really freaked out by it. It was like on the inside, and it was like in like the condensation. And then I looked again, and it wasn't there, and I think I'm just like losing it. Anyway, that's that. And then there's some other OC arts. This is Rose, this is Evander, and this is, I think it's Blake, and then this one is Raven, and then this one is Theo. I did a drawing of this on my iPad when I got it, which here, I manifested an iPad. I didn't manifest it really, but I was very fortunate enough to get one, and I'm really happy about it. This my iPad. I love my iPad. I have lots of stickers. Yes, so this iPad, this Theo, that was like the first sketch I did on it. This is when I was watching Supernatural. Oh, I love Supernatural. I still haven't finished it because every time I want to watch it, I end up restarting it for some silly reason. And so I just never end up finishing it. But I think I'm on season 4 at the moment. There's their car as well. Chicken drumsticks. Oh my god, I have been, at the point of this, I was obsessed with chicken drumsticks and this one marinade that we do. And now I'm literally craving it again. But these are done in watercolor. See, these ones are done with the Derwent watercolors, and I think they turned out like a lot better. I still don't know how to use watercolor, but I think they turned out a lot better than that last one that I was having issues with. And then this one's a four-headed cat, like a hairless cat, which is creepy. And then a watercolor painting of some ramen. I actually really like the way that like turned out. I'm quite happy with that. And then some like scallions there as well. And then Bugs Brew. We love Bugs Brew. This is a little guy. This is Bug, by the way. I'm not sure what color palette I liked the most. I think it was blue and yellow. But I might go through him again in my new sketchbook and then try and like refine that even more, because then I can use my alcohol art markers for that as well. But yeah, Bug likes to brew beer apparently, or cider, or mead, I don't know. And then there's this page. This was off Pinterest. I actually do this again in my new sketchbook, but I don't like the way it looks in my new sketchbook. I love the way it looks here, and I'm really sad about it. I did this in gouache. I did the background of this in gouache, but the inside of the raven with watercolor. These are also done in gouache, and this is watercolor and ink. This is also done in gouache, kind of like a wolf foresty thing. I think this might have been off Pinterest as well. This cat's from one of Tameka's drawings. This is also off Pinterest. I love this little guy. I'm not sure if that speech bubble was from something else, but I think that's cute as well. This is also in gouache. And then this is just an ink pen, also off Pinterest. I love that little guy. You can tell where I'm kind of like in art block, because like all my drawings will be done purely off Pinterest, whereas if I'm like not in art block, then I tend to do a lot more of my own sketches, like these ones, and these ones, you know, where I'm actually like creating something. But that's okay, that's what happens. This is also off Pinterest. There's some eyeballs. Yes, I think that might have been off Pinterest too. And then this is just some of the stuff that was in front of me at the time. I missed the demon energy drinks. I wish it came back. Some character design for like a she was like supposed to be like a mycelium or like plant mechanic. I thought it was like a really cool idea, but I don't know where I put the like thought process for it. I had notes on her. Oh, and this is the Palworld house or like tavern design I made for our server in Palworld. I think that was pretty cool. And then I got an iPad Pro, and I was really excited about it, so I was really happy about that. I graduated animation college in 2024. This was supposed to be like a little witch, and then she was supposed to have like a background study with it, but I kind of gave up. I feel like I need a bigger sketchbook to do that sort of thing, just because I feel like I can never get small enough details. This is Princess Bubblegum and Marceline. Princess Bubblegum and Marceline again, but she's got like a cool little mullet sort of thing. I think this one's really cute. And then on this page, Marceline and Princess Bubblegum again. I booked a tattoo from Tammy, which is here. This was the drawing. That was the original one, but this is what it currently looks like. We changed some stuff and I absolutely love it. Also have a second tattoo from Tammy as well that I don't have drawn in the sketchbook, but I was so excited about it. I ended up drawing it in here and on my iPad as well. This is a red tail catfish. I love my fish. Fish are like I don't draw them, but fish are like my favorite, I don't know, animal, I guess. This is stickers from my B-Day card from my mother-in-law in a clown thing from one of Tammy's drawings. Ethan has a sleepy worm. Yep, not sure what this is. This is from the Monarch, the Legacy of Monsters TV series, which was like Godzilla. I actually really liked that TV show. It was definitely super slow to start with, but the last couple of episodes I thought was really cool. I hope they end up making like another season of it. I love the static wall character design again. That's little me as one. A bit of rubbish from a straw from hanging out with friends for memory's sake. I got Procreate and I downloaded it. I created icons and I have the icon sizes there. There's a little girl. I think that's also supposed to be me again. Bug drinking Bug's Brew, whiskey and smoking. So Bug's Brew is whiskey apparently. It's just some sketches, just like odds and ends, really. This was when I first got a job. And so this is also when I first saw the game Evercore Heroes. And this is Biko. And I drew her hair as well, and I think she's so cute. This is pretty cool, I like this one. And then the little wizard frog, I love him. This was some other art from Pinterest, I believe. And this is Deadlock from Valorant. And this, I don't know. Oh, these candies, cappuccino candies, are also so good. I love them. So this was a drawing I did for Mermaid. The reason I heard about Mermaid was because of Drawing with Waffles. She likes to do lots of mermaid drawings. I wanted to do something that was sort of like a goldfish. I didn't really put it on there, but yeah, it's like a goldfish or like a koi fish. I tried to do a digital version, but I don't like the way it came out, so I might try do one with markers eventually, but I'm not sure. I absolutely love this sketch. I think she's such a cool siren. I think it's awesome. This one's okay, but this one, like, I think is really good. And I love this little guy. He's like a little Murloc from like World of Warcraft, but I really want to turn him into a 3D piece and then get him 3D printed. I think that would be so cute. Now, this is when I was playing Palia, the game Palia. Lots of different types of fish. I wanted to figure out how piranhas like look like piranhas, even in a cartoony style. So I figured out that if they have an underbite, then that's basically piranha. But if they have the overbite, not piranha. So yeah, that's that. This ended up turning into a speed paint and posted on Instagram. I really liked the way that one turned out. I did this doodling while I was at work because we had nothing to do. Some cute little witchy characters and sort of the Adventure Time style. This is from Talia. Some stamps from work as well. A crab, some weird goblin dude and a little mouse and snake. We went and saw Longlegs in cinemas, and we also saw Alien Romulus in cinemas. That was pretty cool. Dad came down to see us, and we had dinner together. And there's a little ball python. I love the way he looks there. It's so cute. I loved him so much, I ended up drawing him again and painting him with gouache. I'm actually quite happy with the way this turned out. I'm a little annoyed I didn't center him on the page, but I could always just put something in here anyway. And then this is another Alien Romulus movie. We actually went and saw this with 2 sets of people. This is when I started getting into like creepy art. I think the artist's name is Sarah, maybe, but I can put the @ up on the screen. She does lots of cool art pieces like these. I believe I copied this one from her work where it's like a lamb. So these are done both in ballpoint pen, and this one was my own idea. And then here, this is also from one of Tammy's art pieces. I think this is similar as well, but I'm not sure. This was based off the artist that does these ones, but my own concept with it, with the teeth, human teeth in the neck. I actually create an iteration of this again in my new sketchbook, which I'll show you at the end. There's some more Mad Hatter stuff from Alice. So this is Alice stuff. This is also a drawing of Alice in my style. This is a drawing of a photo that I have of myself from 2014, maybe? So I thought I'd draw that. This is also Tometka. I love the way this guy looks. I think he looks so cool. I ended up doing a digital version of that one as well, and I posted that to Instagram. And this is the same guy again, but he's got like a little frog hat on. I think it's so cute. And this is where I started pretty much rushing the rest of the sketchbook. Like, I have this many pages left. I was like, I want it done. I want to start my new sketchbook because I'd already bought the sketchbook. So I was trying to draw a lobster and how their claws worked. Turns out they don't look like that at all. They look like that, which I thought was pretty crazy. So I used a reference for this one. This was when I was I was reading the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. So there's like little pieces of things from the book, and then there's me sitting on a little armchair reading the book on my Kindle in a blanket. Horseshoe crab, and then a little actual crab. And then spiders. This is kind of okay. I don't like the watercolor on it. I think it looked better as a sketch. And then I did like a jumping spider sort of thing. And then I tried to do like kaijus and do like shape language for them. This is when we started watching the second season of Arcane. So there's Vi, Jinx, and I don't actually know his name. This is when Path of Exile came out. Path of Exile 2, came out. I was really excited for it and for this boss, the Crowbell boss. And then I was rewatching Invader Zim, so I drew some scenes from the episode. I love Gur so much. He's my favorite little man. And then there's just some robots with plants. There's just a little guy carrying his little monstera. And then there's Gaz's bedroom. I think that's pretty cool. And here's some pumpkin-y Halloween stuff. So here's like a black candy apple. I thought that looked so cool, so I wanted to draw it. And a little pumpkin guy that's also off Pinterest. So is this one. Some plants. So these are my plants actually. I got my monsteras, and this is my Hoya plant flowering, which I think looks so cool. It's like little starfish. And then here I did some shark teeth. And then some more Wednesday stuff. Yeah, bats. I don't like this page, but it is what it is, I guess. Sharks. I really like the way that shark came out. I think it looks so cool and angry. Here I also drew a leopard shark and then like a black tip reef shark. I wish I'd put more movement into this one and had like a tail flick, but oh well. I still love that head so much. Here, Brent and I were trying to make characters based on these prompts that we got off an Instagram post. This is when I went on another tangent with moas, like the New Zealand flightless bird. Yes, every year or so I'm like, yeah, moas, man. And then here I was doing skulls. So this is a Goliath tigerfish skull, which I thought turned out really cool. And then an Arapaima skull. I love Arapaima. And then I don't know what that is. A cat maybe? And then there's a little hognose snake. Look at the little guy. And the ball python again. I love the way the shape of this one. I think he's so cute. The hognose takes my heart though. I think this might be one of Tammy's drawings. A Hydralisk from StarCraft, and then a Zergling head from StarCraft 2. And then chemistry. Braden gave me this prompt, so I went through and tried to find like things that might be used in a chemistry lab. And then another one was baked goods, so I've got like I think it was like a Moro bar or Biscoff cheesecake, these apple taco fritter things. And then cameras. This is me trying to draw my Fujifilm camera. It's not very straight or anything, but I think it looks kind of cool. Here was fruits. I love the way this pear came out. I love how I also did the thicker outline for it, so it like stands out. And then frogs. Look how cute the frogs look. What the hell? Like, look at the little wizard frog and the little like a rain frogs. Is that what they are? They've got little butt cheeks. I love the ink cap mushroom. I think that's so cool. And then some bugs. I did a ladybug, a dragonfly, and a centipede. And I love the way the centipede came out as well. I think it looks really cool. And then some birds. So I did like a chicken. And then I did a little cartoon one, and then another sort of cartoon raven as well. And here, someone I found on Pinterest in fitness gear. I thought that looked pretty cool. This one I think looks pretty cool as well, actually, with the zip up hoodie. I love how simplistic I did the zip. This was definitely from Pinterest as well, a chained up wrist. I wanted to paint the background for this, but I never got around to it. I think also from Pinterest. Don't like the way this one looks. This one's okay, I guess. I want to add eyelashes to all the eyeballs, but I don't know if I ever will. This one I tried to draw teeth, but you can tell I didn't like it because I didn't like make the outline thicker. I like the hand. I think it looks kind of cool. Here I was trying to do some Sam Does Arts drawing. Here's some stuff. We got a mug from this person. She handcrafts all her mugs and they are so cute. This is my one. It's got little frog indentations on it. I drew this like sword with these thorns around it, and I just think it looks so cool. And I think in my new sketchbook I might draw it again and figure out the sword design and then paint it with markers. And then here, it was this little guy that actually started it all. And the reason why I actually finished the sketchbook. So this little guy, I redrew him again down there. I absolutely love the way he looks. I think he looks so cute. Here, because I did the little guy with markers, he bled through. So I ended up putting this sticky note on top of it and did like a little drawing of Grimm, our little kitten, based off a photo reference that I have of her. I ended up doing the photo reference of her here, but she looks like a fennec fox in that image instead of a little cat. And then this one I copied off Pinterest, just without the mouth. And I also did like static walls design, but I did it in like for a little Grimm, and I think that's really cute. Also did her paw print there, which I think is adorable. And we've been watching a lot of Peaky Blinders at the moment, so I tried to draw Thomas Shelby. It doesn't really look like him, but I think it turns out pretty cool anyway. Then we've also been watching Dune. We rewatched part 1, but we are watching Dune 2 as well. And so I tried to draw the big scary guy from there. And then this next page, I purchased my markers, so I was waiting for them to arrive, and I drew this cool little like plant eye thing based off the plants in Heroes of the Storm. And then I also did this cool big like claymore sword, which I think is cool, and it's like stabbing into the ground a little bit with like a little snail guy, and I think that's really cute. And then this is a little beetle from Static Wool as well, I believe. And then over here I got my markers. This is on the same day, by the way. This is like 20 minutes apart. I finished this after I got the markers. But I wanted to do fruit, so I tried to do an orange and an apple. The more I look at the apple, the more it grows on me, but I don't like the way it turned out. It's not what I intended. I was taking inspiration from Drawing with Waffles. She did a fruit art marker challenge. The apple did not look anything like this. It was just a green apple. And then I just filled in the space with a vine again. And then this is the last page. Here is one of those clear sticky notes. I copied the head from one of the Zerg drawings I did so that I could copy it to another piece of paper and then paint over that with markers. So that's what I did there. I kind of like the way this turned out. It's obviously not realistic to the StarCraft Zerg, but I think it looks pretty cool. And then my final page, I did the swatches of all my markers. So these are at the top, there's the Unity markers. And then the ones below it are all the Ohuhu markers that I got. And then my little Burtok dragon saying the end. And that's it. There's nothing on this page because it bled through, and then this sheet is a different type of material. So it's like waxy almost. But yeah, anyway, that is my third sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed it. And, oh wait, I was going to show you my next one. Here is my sketchbook number 4. I haven't done anything on it, just got Electric Witch again, and then this sticker came with my birthday present from my partner. This is the DAS visual diary, so this is more expensive than this diary, cheaper than my sketchbook number 2. Yeah, so I tried to recreate that gouache painting from my second sketch, from this sketchbook I think it was. But the cover paper for this is also quite waxy, and it didn't turn out as well as it did in the other book. And then here we have Electric Witch stuff. I have this on a t-shirt and it looks so cool. And I actually really like the way this one came out, and this is all done with pen as well. I can't remember if I used my fountain pen for it or if it was ballpoint pen. Yeah, so then that's that, and then there's nothing on this page at the moment because I'm currently trying to figure out what I want on that page. But I'm thinking, at the moment, I really like the way this little guy looks. He's holding hands with a little stuffed teddy bear. I think that's so cute. Sketches. And then this was like a sketch from a friend who was describing these dryad people that he was like creating for a world building thing. Anyway, yes, so that's this sketchbook. I'm really excited to continue it. I like the way it feels with pen and art markers at the moment, so I'm pretty impressed. Anyway, thank you for coming to my Sketchbook 3 tour and my start of my Sketchbook 4 tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!